Say, my rasta. Drop my car. Yeah. Well. Welcome to the show. I go by the name Sneaker One, Sneaker the First. Yo, wagwan. Are we live?
Yep, we're live.
How is it, sir?
Live and direct. You get me? I'm watching.
Blessings and honor. DopeQueen, how are you? Hey, DJ Tripple555.
I'm good. How are you, Sneaker One?
I am good. I'm blessed.
Hold on here. I try freestyle on this style and it's like nobody pay attention to me. Wagwan.
Yeah, all right, sorry.
Give me the rhythm again.
Put it again.
Oh my God, Tripple5, you're an artist now.
Oh yes. Yes.
You just want to be everything, eh?
Yes. You ready?
Yeah.
Let me feel it. Slicker One from the microphone in my play is music in the studio. DopeQueen say she are the queen, big in the world, big in everything. Chop! Hold on, later.
The letter is for running out of lyrics.
You back. Yo. Yo. Mad thing. No, definitely.
Pick it up from there. Can I pick it up from there?
Go.
Paita party pano. Esa no paranga va ye pano paita. Party pano. Every tanga that rukuta. Kwete kune party vano daita inini. Handika pressure ino da inini. Shingana kidze sego asipoto. Queen in a 555. Zvedu zvakunakidza kungepa mani moto ndinobatidza zvakunakidza kwazvedu zvakunakidza. Yo, welcome to the show. Yeah.
Hold on, fire.
Blessings.
Yo,
Blessings,
let me tell you, blessings. I wanna thank personally DopeQueen, because if it wasn't DopeQueen, I wouldn't know anything about you apart from the music on a different personal level. So I have to give thanks up to DopeQueen. And you see, I represent because I'm from Sanyate. You see, I represent.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
All right, Wadi. So hold on. Hold on. Should we do the whole interview in Shona? What you guys want to do?
You speak Shona?
More, a little bit.
But you can't even pronounce Sanyati.
Slick guy, she's always knocking me on my small village that I grew up in Sanyati. She always mocking me.
Ask him to same body.
Where did you really grow up, my brother?
Huh?
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Jamaica.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, but mostly grew up in the States.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Matt, which part of Jamaica?
Montego Bay.
All right, Matt.
You don't say Montego Bay, you say Mobile. All right?
Mobile.
Or you want to make it nice, when they say no, you really from yard, you say Galtigo Bay. Because it's a Montego Bay,
Galtigo Bay.
No Montego Bay. Galtigo Bay. You feel me?
Galtigo Bay, man. Understand.
Yes, Tanya. As I said, thank you.
You know me and my 1,000 groups.
All right, so she's sharing this.
I gotta make sure, everyone gets their link,
Yes. We
want to put on the WhatsApp platforms.
Yes, I'm definitely gonna do that right now. Sharing the link. Those who just came in the room right now, want to thank you guys. I'm gonna give you guys a shout out in a minute. Just go and share the page. It's gonna be a beautiful interview today. Good afternoon, this morning in New York City and Canada, and in the UK. Again, we want to say good afternoon. It's gonna be a beautiful interview. We have in the hot seat Flicker One. And it's
Blessings and honor, family.
yes, definitely. Thank you. Let me give a shout out for those who are on the show right now. We want to give a shout out to Lee Valentine. Oh, Lee Valentine from Sanyati? Lee!
Yeah.
Oh, Lee, we're going to talk after this. We're going to talk after this. All right? Where's here? We're going to talk after this.
How is it?
John Clark, big up yourself.
Oh.
Teresa,
Slick
big up yourself.
is laughing. Tripple555 is saying why is here.
How is it? I don't even know how much Shona he knows. Yes, like when we linked up, he never told me this secret that he speaks Shona.
Oh my God, Slicker, this guy eats more salad than I do.
Yeah, so to Tom salad.
Yeah. He eats salad in Mazondo. He knows all that stuff. He cooks every day.
Yeah, real talk, real talk.
Even
Simone from Canada. Bev C Management, I see you. Bob's from the UK, I see you. Shaz from the UK. Oh my gosh. Delgado, I see you. Big up yourself. Guys, as you come up to share, wonderful time. DopeQueen, Lee Valentine.
Hello, everyone.
Yes.
I'm posting. So, hello, Lion TV, Shell family members, Betsy, Cocolicious, Phyllis, Lona, Simone, and everybody.
Yes, definitely. All right. Let me start it off here, and then DopeQueen gonna come right after. Slicker One, you are a very, what I should say, listen to how I phrase this, a very influential artist, and probably you don't recognize that. Very influential, and you have this talent with you, like when it comes to freestyle. A person could just throw something on you, and you just go crazy with that rhythm. You know what I'm saying? It takes a talent to do that. Not just a person, oh, I can freestyle, I could do this. It takes a special person to do this. But before we get there, you were born and bred in Zimbabwe. Where in Zimbabwe are you from?
A little place called Highfield.
Oh, Highfield.
One of the Highfield, yeah, Field.
Yeah, Highfield.
So yeah, I grew up in Highfield, but to be honest, I'm someone who was in a lot of places when I was a young, So, but most time I spent in Highfield because that's where my grandmother used to be. Every weekend, grandma's house. But I was born in Cranbourne, and then moved to Kwadzana Extension, and then Highfield. So, but most of the time I was in Highfield, in and out. So I can say I was born and bred, and I spent a lot of my days in Highfield, Harare, Zimbabwe.
Okay, thank you very much.
Up to the age of 18, until the age of 18.
Up to the age of 18?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was my first chapter,
I overheard on the internet that you used to be a gallus in them times because you're a fierce man, all the girls them go crazy for you back then. So how was that? And you wasn't even, big as an artist as yet. How did you handle that?
Like I said, it was a very different experience for me. Can you imagine an 18-year-old live in a country leaving home to go start a life, going to uni in a foreign land where you don't know anybody, and you're going to start your own life there. So it was a bit exciting and scary at the same time. But I was very adventurous to tackle it head on because I'm away from the parents, I'm away from the curfew. It's now time almost for me to grow up and become a man. So all that excitement, and being a Galis from, young, like you said, I don't know, it's a from birth thing, So
Yes.
I was just young, and I guess I'm glad I did went through that part until I got married, because you see the ring there, man. So I got I'm settled now, but those early ages of my life, I think you have to experiment so you know what I mean? You don't get crazy after now I'm settling down. You know what I mean?
So you're telling me now, being a jealous, it made you more focused now, since now you're married and stuff like that. You know what was out there, what to expect. So now you're married, so you get to focus more because of your experience.
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. So, it's learn from your own mistakes kind of thing as well, and experience is the best teacher.
Yeah.
You're young, you're seeing all these things and movies, you want to try things. You are doing your little thing, music. Back then it was like just a hobby. I didn't even know if I was gonna do music. You know what I mean? Because I came here to study some IT,
Yeah.
So then this music was there from, but just like a side thing, like you we singing to Elephant Man's song back in the day. So it's one of those. So when I actually thought, okay, I've been doing this, and the girl is like it, and you do it for the wrong reasons and this and that, but then you finally grow up, and then you realize you actually have a talent, and then you become serious with it. And now the hobby is turning into a career and settle down. You need to focus and, do the right thing so you can keep going.
I'm gonna ask you one more question, and I turn over to DopeQueen. Now, you left Zimbabwe, you went to Australia at the age of 18, so about 2007, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you have a catchphrase that you always say, Chewbacca, which when I looked it up, the meaning is like leech. I wanted to explain how do you came out with that catchphrase. Is it because of haters? Do you always shout that out for haters to be aware? Watch out. Talk.
Yeah, so yeah, Jabaka. Can you say Jabaka? So yeah,
Shabaka.
Jabaka. Jabaka. Yeah,
Shabaka.
it's close. It's close. Yeah, it'll take some practice. But yeah, man. Jabaka is basically direct translation. It means it's lit. It's been turned on. You know what I mean? So like the streets meaning of it, like, so back in Zimbabwe, there's load shedding that happens. Like sometimes your area might not have electricity. I don't know if you experienced that in Jamaica. And then tomorrow it's a next suburb, that type of thing.
Yeah.
So every time when you're in the streets there, and the lights have gone and they come back, everyone, Shabaka, like it's late now, we have electricity, we can go charge our phone, yeah, so that's the meaning, like, so Shabaka for me is like, yeah, man, if it's dull here, let's turn it off. If it
Turn
was
it out.
no lights, nowadays lights, you know what I mean? If there was no fuel, nowadays jet fuel.
It's jet fuel. Okay, DopeQueen.
Hi, Speaker One. It's nice to have you here. Finally, you were born Farai Larry Makombe, right?
Yes.
In Harare. And
Yes.
so, could you tell me why the name Speaker One? What inspires the name Sleeker One?
If I'm to be honest, I was just given by one of my friends back in high school, and it just kind of stuck with me. So it was just like slick. I had slick shoes. I was just, yeah. So they called me Slicker. So later on, I'm like, okay, Slicker One. So it just, yeah, that's how it stuck with me.
Okay, is there like a meaning to like the name? Does it mean anything to you as a musical person?
For me, as a musical person, what I look at it is
Does it
the
define you,
Slicker One.
sort of?
It like I try to be the best version of me, number one, every time I do anything in life. So Sleeker One, the Sleeker One, the hardworking one, the one who tries the most. That's how I look at it, and I try always to live, my life in a positive manner. You know, you keep your head high, aim for the stars, and not give and pay mind to the bad mind, or those small chats. You focus on the good. Everything else will be good as well.
Good, that's good.
Okay. Now growing up in Highfield, Harare, which is like one of the biggest ghettos that has given us a lot of artists that we have in our music system in Zimbabwe. Would you like to tell us what inspired you to start singing?
We actually started, yeah, in Sunday school, there, church choir, and then secondary school when I was in Bradley. I think I was Form 1 or Form 2. And okay, the variety shows that happen at high schools. Yeah, I participated in
Yeah.
that. I did dancing, and then I did singing to Bicycle. Bicycle, everybody riding, everybody.
Yes.
And back in the day, I didn't even know the lyrics, so we'll make it up. But it's lip singing. You're just,
The Copper Shot
behind the
song.
mic. Yeah, man. Copper Kid. Yeah, so like,
Copper Cat, yes, Copper Cat.
yeah, so I did that and I won. I was, think, the only one who was in Form 1, and the rest were like Form 3 and Form 4 guys, you know? So quickly, I got popularity from that, and I was also, a basketball player,
Wow.
and so the singing and that I became, in the school entertainment committee, and I became the school DJ when I was about Form 3 because we didn't have A level.
Wow.
So if you're Form 3 and Form 4, I'm my senior, if you know what I mean. So we were the seniors.
Yeah.
So I now was around music, but without me really realizing it. Me and my friends always used to like sing along songs, make up lyrics, remix them. We are called shocking vibes, this, that. So it's always kind of been there around me. And then when I came to Australia again, you meet people, and it happened to now you have a chance to make a record, and then you make the record, and now you're thinking, is this a hobby? Am I taking this serious? And then when you take it serious, it blossoms because Fio, like you were talking about, it's a very big neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
That's where President Mugabe's
Yeah.
house is. Soldier Love, at some point in time, he lived in Fio. There's Gwanzura Stadium, like Bob Marley came and performed there. So it's a lot of, history and a big
Musical history.
ghetto place. I learned so much without knowing. That now I've grown, now I understand. That, oh, all right, Theo, this is what I really learned from it. And, because like half of my life upbringing to 18. I was in Zim then from 18 until now. I'm here. So it was a good balance, and Theo gave me that foundation and meaning and knowing where I come from, the hunger, the why, the passion, the love, why you do it, you know? So that's also the other things, just,
Awesome. Awesome.
yeah, man. I don't know. I talk too much, eh?
No, you're doing pretty good.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
Now, when you started out, when you went to us, go ahead, Tanya.
Okay. Still, in Theo, a part of your childhood, you were in Theo. You went to Mbizi Primary School in Highfield. So you were not doing any musical activities in primary school too. You were in high school, or because I noticed you said you only started.
I actually played marimba at Mbizi Primary School.
Marimba.
Yeah,
Marimba.
so I think marimba, eh. So I think the
Marimba,
English
yeah,
name
like
is,
the.
I think the English name is I'm not sure.
It's actually the Shona version of a piano.
Yeah, you can say that. Sakambira Truzo Digiban. Yeah, but like I played that instrument
Yes,
when I
is
was
also
grade
like
6
you.
and grade 7. Yeah. So yeah, I played that marimba when I was grade 6 and 7 in Busy Primary School. Yeah.
Awesome.
So
Now,
Yeah,
no
like I
singing
said.
there. Just instruments you were playing in primary school.
Mm. Sorry?
I
What did
said,
you say?
so you saying in primary school you only played the instruments, you never sang nothing.
Singing, I was just doing, that for fun on the side, sing-alongs, you know. But when I got to secondary, that's when I did choir, like, school choir. And that's when I did the variety show. Me and my friends, when we were at the dormitories, we formed a crew. Because at our school in Bradley, we used to have a gig every Saturday because I was at a boarding school. So Monday to Friday, you're doing classes, studying this, that. Every weekend, we had a dance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yes,
yeah.
I know,
So
like from all the A schools in Harare, like they used to do
yeah.
that.
So they picked the students to be the DJs. You have an entertainment committee. Yeah. So that's when
Yeah.
slowly I was in it, and like I said, those who know me from back in the day, I was a DJ 2003 and 2004 at Bradley. So that was just channeling, but I didn't know that I have this talent. I just knew I loved music and I loved to sing just for fun,
Yeah.
until later on I met Apprentice, my people that we formed a crew. I used to rap before, if you know. If we're gonna get there,
Yeah.
but to just answer your question, yeah, I did music from young age, always around it. Like played marimba at BC Primary, and in Form 1, I did the variety show. Then that ignited the fire which was in me, yeah, to be like, oh, I think I'm good at it. I'm good at something. I did the bicycle dance. I lip synced to it. I was number one dancer. I was the number one lip singer. So this is giving me confidence now. Then I sing in church. You know, these things you're just doing without knowing. And you and your friends now you're calling each other. No, my name is, no, I'm Elephant. We're shopping vibes. You are this.
Yes.
So, and there was now those sounds also starting in Zimbabwe. Remember, Bob Marley had just came there in 1980. I wasn't born there yet. Bob Marley came to Zimbabwe or the independence. So now reggae was within, and there was also other types of music. You see? So me without knowing, I'm going through these channels. I'm learning, picking it up because it's a talent I was given with God that I later discovered. You see?
Wicked.
So slowly I was within it and always around it.
All right. Now, I'm going to play a song with you and Anthony B first to start off, but I'm going to, hold on, audience. You're going to hear the song with him and Anthony B.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Now, Shabaka, when you went to Australia,
Yes,
living in,
sir.
went to Australia, you, you didn't sing Zim dance soul. You didn't choose reggae. You started out rapping and formed
Yes.
the group Dark Spade. You know what I'm saying?
That's big.
Dark
Yeah.
Spade. So and you did good. You did good.
What
You
tricks did you
did
have?
because you start
Yeah.
making your name in Australia as a rap artist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
But then
Yeah.
you had this friend apprentice. You
Yeah.
guys,
Rest in peace.
yeah, you
Rest in
guys
peace.
go
My brother. My brother. Yeah.
definitely. And uh, personally, going through your whole life, I would say, and correct me if I'm wrong, if it wasn't for apprentice, who you were a year ahead of him when you went to Australia. He came a year after you. I think you went 2007. He
Yes.
came 8, whatever. If it
Yes.
wasn't for him, you wouldn't really focus, you know what I'm saying, more into what you wanted to do. And with the death of him, even make you
Yeah.
like, listen to me, I'm going to honor him. I'm taking this to the highest level. Because you used to rap, and he did the reggae part of it. You understand? Am I correct?
But you see, Apprentice also started rapping. This dancehall reggae thing developed later 2011, 2012. So
Mm-hmm.
if you allow me, yeah, what you said is correct. Yeah, I came 2007, and then I had already linked with the other guys who were in Dark Spade, who is Face Ease, Golden Eagle, Drilly Beats, T Floats, then later the Apprentice and myself. So, but before Apprentice, there's already 4 of us, one producer guy, and us, 3 rappers, four other rappers. But we were just rolling together, like I said, as kids, you know? And because we're going to uni, we are these few black people in Australia. We are the cool guys, everyone wants to hang around with you. Before you know it, those movies you have watched, people coming to you wanting, to associate with you and this and that. And then we're like, guys, or when we chill, we start freestyling, Apprentice comes later, 1 year later, he just fits right in,
Like,
Me and him, yeah, we were going at the same uni. We just met at the smoking section because he was also studying IT. He was
IT
just,
security, IT
a
security.
semester behind. So yeah, I'm walking out in a smoking section. I see, another African guy because back in the day, we were there, but we were not that many, if you know what I mean. So as soon as you see another brother, it's like, hey, my brother. Yeah, well going. And then, oh, you from Zim? Oh, yeah. This, which school did you go to?
Because you heard the accent. You heard the accent.
Yeah, yeah, but most of the time, sometimes you might be like from South Africa, might even be, from Kenya or yeah. But anyway, so he's a brethren from same country. He went to a school that one of my homies is. Oh, so you know this guy? Oh, yeah, I know him. He's here. Oh, really? So after school, guess what? We're going there. We're already we're crew of 4, and he's the 5th one, and he knows already 2 other guys in the crew.
Whoa.
So it just like it was fate. It was
Mm-hmm.
meant to happen. You know what I mean? Jah put us in the right place at the right time for a reason. And for at the time we hanged out together, just messing around, when we see BT, they do the cipher, we are enough 5 boys hanging around, smoking
Yeah.
some bud, playing PlayStation. We're like, okay, oh, he and Buzz, oh, I can rap. oh, you think, oh, we put instrumentals, we start, battling each other in the house. Just like that. That's how it kind of started. Until we went to one of our friends at the house, which a Zimbabwean, we had been here longer. He also passed away. His name was Sly. He had a label called Hard Hustle. He
Okay.
was the guy who had already had a studio. So you see, us we were just freestyling outdoors, not even recording, nothing. You know what I mean? Just doing it for fun. We did it.
Yes.
I was a DJ in high school. I used to play ball, so I can rap. I can, you know what I mean? Like
Do that.
from, but
Yes.
not knowing that you are actually talented because I used to pick up things like that.
And jump at it.
You know what I mean? So yeah, so to just make the story, cut the long story short, so we get along as boys. Then we realized, oh, we like the same things. We freestyle, we copy these ciphers. We watch Jamaica Soundfest every time when it's on, you know what I mean? Because we're now in Australia, we have internet, you know? We watch it live, it's happening. So we imitated these things. So the day we went to the studio, the guy, he's like, you guys, you just, like one of the guys, who was skinny and lanky like Snoop Dogg and used to have ponytails. This one looks like Snoop Dogg. Yeah, the man smokes like Snoop Dogg. You should just be your own crew and do your own thing. And you guys are cool like that and you already slay, we were pushing at uni because all the other Asian kids, international students, they always ask the African guy. You know what I mean? Just one second.
Hmm.
You see, so they always asking the African guy. So we were just the guys who hang out with this lanky kid, golden eagle, we call him, who looks like Snoop Dogg. We just smoking and just freestyling when we want to. You see? Then gave us a beat. We made our first song that night, which was called Let Me Lace It. So we're not even knowing we're a crew, but we always hang around together, five of us.
So,
And
so,
then like after the song was made, which is called Let Me Lace It, it should be somewhere in my computer.
uh,
Then that song, we went home, we're listening to it, we're playing it. Now,
okay.
what name are we giving ourselves? Uh, since we're pushing, let's call ourselves Reach Over the Leaf. Like,
Mhm.
but imagine if it gets bigger and like it gets investigated with police or something,
Yeah.
if they're gonna be rich over the leaf, you guys just did just that, But yeah, we were like, yeah, we're brave enough to do it. We just did it anyway. You see, because yeah, we was young and stupid, I guess, and wild and taking chances.
All right.
But then rich over the leaf now, after a short while, we changed to dark spade.
Dark Spade.
Dark Spade, the one you had mentioned before, yeah. Then Dark Spade, yeah, we did now actually a lot more tracks, even got a government grant or help from to be on a government initiated mixtape and things
No,
like that.
hold on. That's the part that I did. I was like, whoa. In Australia, you got a government grant to do a mixtape. How phenomenal
Yeah,
that is. Got a
it was,
government grant to
it
do
was
a mixtape. That's crazy. But also, what I wanted to ask you before I play the track with you, Anthony B, because you are very big in Jamaica. You could just call up any big Jamaican artist and they're ready. So we got to talk about that because you are the
uh,
only, I'm saying it right now, the only Zimbabwean artist who has the most collab worldwide. And anybody else want to challenge me, I want them
listen,
to come. You are the only Zimbabwean artist who have the most collab worldwide. And we're talking international artists also with local.
blessings and honor, my lad.
You've been
Blessings
doing
and honor,
all
my lad.
everything. Now, one more thing I want to ask you, then I go to the music, I have DopeQueen finish afterwards. When um Apprentice passed away,
Yeah, man.
how much setback did that set you back in your music? Because you guys were so close together, and the way
Bro.
he died, I don't know if you still, what I should say, get that closure. You know what I'm saying? Because it was a
Listen,
shock to how he died. Did you get that closure, though, and did it set you back in the music career to move on at first?
Brother, I can't even begin to explain in words. But as much as I'm hurting, also I'm thinking, what about his parents? What about his twin sister? What about the wife? What about the kid? You know what I mean? Yeah, the little pit thing. You know, it's so yeah, man. It's a life-changing sort of experience you go through, you know. And it's one of those you actually realize the statement that says life is short is it's an understatement. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's heavy. It's heavy. I don't even know how to put it in enough words. Not even in my language, in English, in part, I don't know, bro. It just hurts deep. And because, bro.
Did you see any sign, of any mental, because mental issue is so big. Did you see any sign that something was coming or anything like that?
Brethren, I'll be honest, I'm not sure if I'm able to talk about this, you know what I mean? Because yes, family as well. And it could be something very personal, but there was an incident before that sort of happened, but it wasn't that highlighted. No one saw it coming. I assume, because if we had seen, bro, we would have done something. Trust me. I don't think not even anyone knew, you see? So it's one of those things that, and he was one of those people who was very intelligent as well. So sometimes he might be depressed, but he won't show. And it's a thing with us, I think, men in general, or people. I don't know, but I feel some type of way, sometimes you can't put your heart out. People will call you the B word, BICS. You know what I mean? You call you in Jamaica, they'll call you ooh. You know what I mean? So you don't want to be, they're gonna say that if I tell them, they're gonna say he's weak. You want to look like a bad man.
Yeah, macho.
When you're alone, when you're alone, you're crying. Yeah. So it's hard. You never know, because
all right,
bro.
I gotta play this song with you and Anthony B.
Anthony B.
You're wicked. I have
too much to talk about. Yeah, man. All right.
Listen to
I'll
this.
check some comments in a minute.
Yes.
Yeah, big up Anthony B.
Sneak at the verse. Yeah, simple.
Locked down like jailbird. Waiting for the reverb. Still nothing can get we down. This a Anthony B word. Locked down like TV. Them say this one a mystery. Now when me look and see how much people are dead, it hurt me. Babylon them a wicked at that man to see. Them no have love for humanity. Ready to kill the world just for vanity. A long time me learned that from me granddaddy. That's why me stay gangster like John Gotti. No believe in a Babylon fantasy. Earth we heal the nation, not ecstasy. That's the word of prophecy. Locked down like jailbird. Waiting for the reverb. Still nothing can get we down. This a Anthony B word. Locked down like TV. 2020 a history. Now when I look at what's going on, oh God of mercy.
Big people are drop like sand fly. No flip virus, money stand by Babylon system. Yeah, that around I whole world locked down like me to one ply. Them virus, it has spread quickly. Kill off the man and woman, the big me. Wanna try shoot, but out they risky. Babylon system can get no victory. Long time them a try to take over. You have to firm, strong like a soldier. Fi poor people, them don't have no love for Anthony B. Go and tell them
how we like jailbird. Waiting for the reverb. Still nothing can get we down. This a Anthony Anthony B word. Locked down like TV. Them say this one a mystery.
Why so?
Now when me look and see how much people are dead, it hurt me.
So me say one prayer, I one prayer. Everybody find your knees and the jack a prayer. I one prayer, I one prayer. Jah a the vegan slayer. Mwari wenyash. Daima we are mapindira. Neguting di me mutunga mira. We know say Babylon system. Dem a selo, I wa mamero. But still we are different details. Quit Marcelo, African people, let's unite.
Like jailbird, waiting for the reverb. Still nothing can get we down. Mr. Anthony B word. Locked down like TV. Them say this one a mystery. Now when me look and see how much people are dead, it hurt me. Locked down like jailbird, waiting for the reverb. Still nothing can get we down. Mr. Anthony B word. Locked down like TV. 2020 a history. Now when I look at what's going on, oh God have mercy.
Peter. You know say, not even Corona can lock the streets. We are lock it like the locksmith. Yeah. One Dada, Anthony B and Sleek are the first. Tora Mari boys, Jamaica, Zimbabwe.
Real Shabaka. Yo, the track.
Where you lighter there? Where you lighter there?
I got the one on.
Can't say Shabaka. Bono.
Give me light.
Shabaka. Literally. Yeah, I don't know. So I got a question for you before you ask me, please. How is my patois? Do you rate my patois?
Listen to me.
Oh my God.
No. Tanya, his patois turned up last night. Your patois, I heard you. And I just started, I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. You're hanging out with some good people. You're hanging out with good
I
people.
really appreciate it. Because every time I meet Ayadi, I always try and, learn as much. You know what I mean?
Well, it's so funny. You originally start learning patois over the internet and Facebook and social media.
Yeah. And listening to the songs.
Yeah.
Only started Googling when the internet was there and the smartphone was there. It's late, 2010, 2009. But I mean, because up to 2007, we never know, say, if there was, some phones you can go on internet and see. But there was internet cafes. We used to go there, watch some Sean Paul and that.
All right. One more question and then I'll let Tanya jump in. Now, how did you make that link with Anthony B? Because I know you fly artists all over the place, so we're gonna talk about that. You fly a lot.
Yeah, so it's God. That's all I can say. I've been blessed in my life that you realize now you have this talent and now you have a dream. You want, to make music that can make impact. You have these artists you've been listening to who inspired you to be who you are. We listened to Anthony B growing up, so when now you're in the industry and you have a dream to work with him, he's on your working list. And then somehow, I believe if you believe in yourself and you believe, God will make it happen. You know what I mean? Somewhere down the track, if you stay on faith's feet and never doubt.
Yes.
Doesn't matter how long it will take. Whatever thing and put your energy on will manifest. So I just was invited by a promoter to open at his show when he was coming to Melbourne. And it so happened that that same weekend, I was also gonna, do my box party. And yeah, so anyway, and I was shooting a music video with Marvin Priest in Melbourne, same way. You see? So I went to the show. We linked backstage. We talked. He's an artist. I'm an artist. And then, yeah, he came also now on his way from after the show, after we have linked. And yeah, he came to Brisbane on his way to PNG. So he had a few nights to stay over. So I went because he has been to Zimbabwe, you know that. And yeah, man, I went, I linked with the Rasta. I wanted to be around that sort of, you know, legacy so you can learn even much more, you see. So yeah, that's how it just happened, bro. I went to his show, we linked there, and he came to Brisbane on his way. We linked up again, we just vibed, we talked. He knows my friend Freeman from Vagrant, Zimbabwe. And yeah, you know Freeman. He's done this.
Really?
He's done actually Freeman. Yeah, man. So yeah, so the link, so you already know, like you were friends with DopeQueen. So yesterday when we connected and we talked, it wasn't even hard. The vibe is energy never lies.
He has property in Zimbabwe.
Yeah, man. So yeah, man. So that's how it just happened. You know, links just happen, and whatever you think of and manifest. That was one of my dreams. I want to collaborate with Anthony B. I want to collaborate with Binnie Man. I want to collaborate with Sizzla one day. I want to collaborate even with Beyonce and Jay-Z one day. You know, it's my dream. It will happen. God will make it happen some way. Zin, don't.
Yes. So, Slinker One, you relocated to Australia in 2007, and you officially, like, after all those talent shows you were doing in primary school, high school, where you were a DJ, and you later on decided to sing and this and that. When you actually moved to Australia, you recorded your first song under that group Rich Overleaf.
Overleaf. Mm-hmm.
ROL, yeah.
True. Yeah.
Yeah. So what made you like decide to record, like, after all this while, like, that you'd been doing all sorts of, all these activities? Now you decided to record when you're now in the group. Why was that so?
So like I said before, it just happened to be the right timing, at the right place at the right time. All of us, like my friends I was talking about before, we hang out together, we freestyle and battle each other and do some this like this and that. So now this guy whose name is Sly is now passed away as well. He was a Zimbabwean guy and was a student at that me an apprentice, which the rest of the other boys used to go to another unit together. So we at his house, we just chilling. He had the street recorded. It's like, you guys, this guy looks like Snoop Dogg, like I said before. You guys could just be rappers and doing your own thing. I have this beat for you. He just pulls out the beat, bang, and and then do verses. We record a song. Reach Over the Leaf just becomes the talk. Then, that was the demo. Then when we came to re-record the song again, now it's now Reach Over the Leaf. We have certified, we have listened to the song, a couple of days, because it was my first time doing it. I'm sure everyone else, and this apprentice was not yet in the picture. So yeah, there's 4 of us on Let Me Lace It, but there's another second version that apprentice was on. Anyway, that's how it happened. Just like that. Being at the right place at the right time. It's Sly Studio. My boys of Hard Hustle Records. Sly, he passed away. Now his boys are Abnorm and Jacob are back in Zim, I believe, and they also do rap. So I'll share some links. Sly is the one who got us to be a team as Reach Over the Leaf. We were at the right place at the right time at the studio. 4 of us, then bang. We're cool, we already hang out. It's done. That's how it was done.
Okay. And now, being a hip hop artist, you know, it's very difficult for like Zimbabwean masses to like accept you. You know, that's like, it's actually the reason why our hip hop is like on a low. So was it like difficult for you as a musical person the time that you were in Zim to try and you know, get out there as an artist? And maybe that's the reason why you didn't record, or are there
I
any
don't think,
challenges you faced as an artist, as a hip hop artist in Zimbabwe?
but I only became like an artist in Australia. In Zimbabwe, I was doing music. I was a DJ, you can say, because I was a DJ at high school, you know. But I was just doing music, like, okay, I can sing, I can imitate this song good. I do that, you know. I can do voices, certain voices in my range, you know. So, but then I was an artist. An artist I became when I was in Australia. So maybe if this had gotten the opportunity when I was still in Zim, maybe I would have thought of, you know. But the idea, maybe it was there in the back of my head in Zimbabwe. But, you know, you just brush it off because back in the day, we only had the, you know, Oliver Mchukuzi, like big, Urban Grooves was just being born, if you know what I mean. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, so for me, it's really started in Australia. That's where it kicked off. I can't say I had challenges in Zimbabwe, but when I was over here, it's a whole different ball game.
All different board here.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, being in Australia and you now recording and everything, and you rose to fame in Australia, was it difficult now to like bring back like what your talent now back to Zim, which is home?
The thing that sort of happened was it was hard in the sense that we were not being received with open arms. You see, we were being attacked by fellow Zimbabweans, and then at the same time, like you are these guys who are trying to be American or whatever, you know. And back in the day, I'm talking like I think Wiki D had done a Didi Rasta in 2006 or something, you know, of which maybe I didn't hear it until late, you know. But when the crew really started, me, I looked my shoulder and at the back because I felt like everyone else who was in the crew was super talented, equally as talented as Apprentice. To me, I was looking like, wow, you know. So for me, it really started there in Australia, and when we were as a team, and with these boys, I found a way of just seeing who I really wanted to be, what sort of an artist I wanted to be, and I just had to be real with myself, find myself. Okay, hip hop was the starting point because it was marking around sort of thing, if you know what I mean. Are you still with me?
Yes,
Are
I
you?
mean, I'm here. I'm paying attention.
All right. It was a little bit too quiet. But anyway,
Yeah.
so hip hop was sort of like a marking around. It's a trial, an era sort of thing, you know. And
Yeah.
it's young boys, and me also. I wasn't really confident. Like, is this what I want to do? Can I tell my mom I'm going to be an artist? You know. So we were not being received with open arms, which we had the ideas of becoming big because Odious was big. You know Odious in Ontario.
Otias and Tawarira is from Australia, right?
Yeah, yeah, he lives here in
Mm.
Australia, I think in Sydney. He was already famous in Australia. He was signed by
And he
Sony.
became big in Zim whilst he was staying
He
in
was
Australia.
big, you see? So we were
Mm.
like, no, guys, we can become this new thing, you know? And then there was major players, I remember, in Zim. So that also
Oh
kind of gave us
yeah.
the
What happened to
confidence.
those guys?
They were based in Brisbane here. I think one of the other guys passed away. Pardon me if I'm saying wrong information, but yeah, I think something along those lines. I'm not sure. Or I don't know, but yeah, I heard they were in Australia. Maybe I'm confusing with Hit Bangers. But anyway, they were in Australia. So yeah, what stopped us from sending our music back at home is because we are rapping in English. It's like an American style. People who were here, Zimbabweans who were here, were attacking us, saying, "You are not Americans, this, you know." But the urban grooves hadn't really bloomed in them. We are like, why are we gonna sing in Shona to a bunch of white people? You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. So
Yes.
yeah. So we like, okay, anyway, dash Zimbabwe away anyway. If we ever make it big, our people, man, like no love lost. You know what I mean? They will still come back on board. It was do it, you know, it's ours. So I was like, anyway, let's just focus. The world has 7 billion. Zimbabwe has 20 million. So it's okay if 20 million haters, but our pot is going to be the 7 billion, there's a bigger chance. You see the way we were thinking as kids. So we're like, all right, that's kind of what stopped us from sending music back home. And the internet wasn't that good because I think we didn't have WhatsApp. So you had to actually go internet cafe and download the songs. So it was a process. But we were wanting to focus just, you know, on the goal to become big in Australia and globally. So that's kind of hindered us because it seems we find, I'm sure you know this, we don't really open arms and support each other. I find we pull each other down a lot.
Yes.
Oh,
A lot.
oh yeah.
I don't know.
You
Is it the same with Jamaican? Is it the same with Jamaica as well?
let me tell you something. When you said that
Jamaica
just
is even worse.
yeah, worse. Because even Sean Paul, they don't consider Sean Paul as a Jamaican artist. In Jamaica, they say he's a sellout. He's a pop reggae artist.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't recognize in Jamaica Sean Paul as a reggae artist. They say he's a sellout and and things like that. But they don't understand, the levels of what you're doing. Because most of these guys,
Yeah.
they're not paying to go in Jamaica. They're not paying to go into Sean Paul's shows. But when it comes to America and everywhere else, people flocking, sell out his shows. So you got to go where the money is and where who will receive you more. Because even though they don't recognize you in Zimbabwe as, a Zimbabwean artist.
Some people they say, yeah, you're a sellout because you're not singing in show. You see? But like I spoke with guys like, Beanie Man. I had a conversation with Beanie Man. You see? I asked him, he's like, look, bro, I like your songs you've played me. Back in the day, I had a hit song called Paita Party. He's like, I like it, but I can only understand one word, which is party. So make people understand you, be audible. You know what I mean? That's what Beanie says, straight. Like, be like Davido, make the important parts of this song what people can understand. But I've heard your other song you played in Patois. Your Patois is decent. Like, someone can even think you're a yard boy. So just be confident. If you're gonna do it, do it. And if you're gonna stick to your thing, it's nice. I like the African thing, but maybe you put it in the verse, chorus, you go English. But anyway, so he actually, gave me like, like the confidence, brother, like what you really need, what some other artists can meet you and not tell you. You know what I mean? So like, I'm so blessed, bro. And
Bro,
this is happening. He didn't charge me for it. Like, he's just kicking it with me like someone he knows, and he didn't have to. You know what I mean? He's the king of dancehall for 10 years straight. I watch him, So when he's saying something like that, I took it to heart. And I'm learning something. I go, okay, all right. So I'm actually good with the patois. So every time I meet a yardie, I ask a lot of questions, bro. I practice my patois, And yeah, man, even just us as Zimbabweans, when I'm my homies, if you see, I've got my African accent, I've got my Jamaican accent, and I've got my Australian accent. So sometimes I vex you. I don't know. Sometimes I want to speak Shona with you. Zabaga. So,
all right, Tanya, ask one more question, then I'll go to another song that you did, because I tell you, it is.
Yes. Okay. Now you come from the major players era, and yeah, you spoke about people throwing shades because you sing in English or you sing in patois. I actually remember when actually ZBC announced, because the major players had dropped that video. We came to party when they were dressed like American boys, and they look like guys from New York. I actually thought these guys, they were from New York. I'm hearing it for the first time.
That was the definition.
Yes, and they came with that fashion. You could see, like, you see kids, they started wanting to dress like the major players, and I don't know, someone hated, and suddenly hip hop, that kind of hip hop, was banned from the music system. And they announced, like, on ZBC that it's now 100% local Zimbabwe music, where they sing in Shona.
Purple Boba, that's why, like, President Mugabe did.
Yeah,
like,
the president
that was the
was still alive. The last president was
most
still
effective
alive.
thing that. Let me just say something. That was the most, like, vital thing he ever did for the youth of Zimbabwe, because that enabled 100% local content, which now meant there was room for that little potential that was there. So even now, like, I'm guessing, Wallace, back in the day, you saw that window of opportunity, like, oh, now if I pick up this thing, I can really run with it and run further and far. You see? So that was a great thing, in the sense that now it created drive, ambition for the youth, because you can see someone has done it from the wood that you came from. He's actually, atopa TV, Roki atonisung, kutonetsa. And like, kunala ndirimu salala, you know what I mean? XQ and them, they're doing their thing. So now it's becoming like, okay, a culture, you're building it up. So now people start to embrace it a lot more, you see? But by that time now, over this side, people are growing up. People are now starting to, someone is going to jail, and someone is getting married there. Someone is going to transfer units to go become a pilot in South Africa. Someone is going back home to run their father's business. Yes, so now, apprentice Slicker now, I left. You see? So there was 1 or 2 years where I was kind of idle. I became the team's manager. I became apprentice manager briefly when he was at Yardhouse. And he did a few songs there. And before you even know it, he's now even producing, because he was just that hungry. I think maybe he knew what time he had, but work ethic. And so I was on the sidelines for a bit. All this is happening, the major players, the Sonny Makalimas, the XQs, the music. Now the culture is starting to get embraced, because they're saying 100% local there. But over here, we have dismantled. People are going overways. Then apprentice, it's just started doing dancehall. And prior to doing full dancehall, we had done hip hop meets dancehall track. So me and apprentice, we did the Rasta thing, and the other brethren kept the rap stuff. Because from the beginning, I used to kind of just like to sing in Shona. There was this song I used to always sing for my friends until they were bored. So they were like, Sneaker, you only have those 4 Shona bars and you sing them just like, don't sing them anymore, So when the culture started growing and being embraced, we were getting dismantled, but like a growth phase as well for us. And another guy is going to jail, but apprentice just kept steady and started doing dancehall. And then 2012, 2012, that was a big turning point. My grandmother had passed away, and this is someone who had raised me. I had to come back home. So yeah, I went back home for some time. It was not long enough, but long enough, if you know what I mean. I think about 2 months, 6, 8 weeks there, you know. So after, the funeral, I didn't go to the funeral. I went to the memorial, you see. Yeah, so to the memorial. So it was a bit after. So when after you get there, you do your thing. I had a few days to go and visit places. Then I linked up with Smiley because my producer who had started here is now in
MC Smiley.
MC Smiley. We linked up Smiley. And then they already have a studio in Marunda, and we recorded this track. You should look for it. It's on Spotify called Mutsamota. That track was done in 2012, but it was just released last month. Yeah, so you can read there. I was already on that Shona and Patwa, like the flipping style. You see, like the bars. Because,
so MC Smiley style too, you know.
Went mad style, yeah, man. So that's when I kind of got back now to Australia, saying, guys, Winky D is blown up in Zim, and the Urban Grooves is full on. The Zim dancehall is on. That's when now colors and them, like now it's growing. You see. So me, I was still idle until 2015, I think 2014, late 2014. That's when I went on a Kutso rhythm and did my first single. But before, of course, I've recorded these songs I've mentioned. But 2014, that's when I recorded my first song on a Kutso rhythm, which was called Memories Rhythm. After Soldier Love had done that Nahu song that it's no now. Soldier Love, this. That was mad, So Kutso was like, the hit maker those days. I got on this rhythm. I made my first single, which is called Shingirira. And Shingirira means never give up. And it's a song, it's a song that this is also just after meeting Soldier Love Australia too. You see? After I came from Zim, I've had a break from music or really doing much, And then now I've met Soldier Love. I've gone back to Zim. I've met Smiley. I've seen with my own eyes, like, Red Fox is popping. They're playing Zim tunes, and they will play the dance, of course, the dancehall, the traditional ones. But it's mostly local tunes are making people go crazy. So now I came back, the feedback to Australia. See, an apprentice, they say my Rasta, he just took off, ran with it. That time now, there was a lot of some internet. His tunes started making way to them. Slowly. And then still, people those days were not appreciating people who flow in patois because they say, he's trying to be Jamaican, we don't understand him. You see?
Slika, let me tell you something, Slika. What I realized, I don't think it's really that they don't like it or they don't, because I mean, look at the late president. He was friends with Bob Marley. I mean, they chilled together, they party together. So the system already understood, like, the Jamaican culture, the American culture, and all these cultures. I mean, Zimbabwe was a British colony, so it's not like anything new that was happening. But what I realized with the Zimbabwean music system, they always want to control, like they always want to control who gets to be
monopoly.
On top. Yes, exactly. I mean, even with the radio, like, it's ridiculous. They get to choose who goes to radio, and they even get to choose who is the most influential person, who is the number one music distributor. I've been number one music distributor since I don't know when. I had to campaign for my award that I got last year. And someone else has been getting that award, I'm so sure, because they always have that thing, like, if they don't feel you, or they don't understand how you roll, or if they think they can't control you, or you have your own meditations that are different from what they always tend to, like, sideline you and act like, you're not out there, doing anything for the country. And especially if you're outside the country, they don't even want to recognize you. I was surprised, like, when I first discovered these Choramari boys, and I start checking. I'm saying, Choramari boys, Lika One, he's done this. Beanie Man, he's done this with Conscience. I mean, these are big guys. He's done this with Sean Paul, but you never hear anyone in Zim talking about Lika One. It just never made sense to me. I came to a point where I was in the awarding group, and I was asking, I'm like, guys, I mean, all these other people that you're saying, I don't know, fake prophets and what that you're putting on, there are people who are out there going to Jamaica, raising the Zim flag. Why are they not being nominated? There are people who are like designers that are designing brands that people are wearing, like in Europe, and you guys are just not saying nothing. So I realize the system that we have, I don't know, maybe something needs to be done. Because it's a lot of people that are just and they will never be known because no radio wants to speak about them, no blogger wants to blog about them, no one wants to speak about them. Period.
All right. Let me play a song. Let me play a song right now for Slicker, another track that he did, and then we move on with the rest of the.
Yes, sir.
Hold on.
Boys, Jamaica, Zimbabwe.
Oh yeah, that is it on the case again.
That's dangerous, no man.
Balance me level and not stop. Push up the level and this non-stop. Boom on the track, everywhere we go, so hey. Me here for a long time. Imagine if I never thought about this. And tune after tune, and we killing all the enemies, and everywhere we go, so right at this. So hey. I dizzy and slicker when we come. Burn out the barriers, you show them we run. This year's the one for the youth there.
Alright then.
Imagine
if me not put in the work, me would not achieve certain things on earth.
Imagine
if me never wise and street smart, maybe me would have suffer in me life cut short.
Imagine
me not do reggae music, it a choose me so me have to use it.
Imagine
nigga one alongside the city, life and success you know we are free. Me really have to give myself a run of blood to reach where me dig. Me have to thank the Lord. Now feud on the street side don't have a yard. Me want to own a house and drive under a car. Imagine you are on all these thousand a mile. Imagine you are rise there once you fall. You have to stand firm like the great China wall. Bad mind wanna kick you like the welcome.
Imagine
if me not put in the work, me would not achieve certain things on earth.
Imagine
if me never wise and street smart, maybe me would have suffer in me life cut short.
Imagine
me not do reggae music, it a choose me so me have to use it.
Imagine
nigga one alongside the city, life and success you know we are free.
Imagine if I never left Triangle and Zimbabwe, or step in Australia, forget up on the mic. Most of them people say that education is the key. I understand the situation, but it's really tough. My life would have been different. Suit and type and me neck a jite. That's why me hustle pan the corner fi make bread. That's as a way that we live, you get paid. Imagine
if me not put in the work, me would not achieve certain things on earth.
Imagine
if me never wise and street smart, maybe me would have suffer in me life cut short.
Imagine
me not do reggae music, it a choose me so me have to use it.
Imagine
nigga one alongside the city, life and success you know we are free. You've got to do your thing, no time to lose, no cast to win. Hard work and faith, success increase. Team that work, no idling. Choramari boys is my foundation. Stuck with me, used to formulate the plan. You have to work hard to build the mansion. Take pride in yourself, no ambition.
Imagine
if me not put in the work, me would not achieve certain things on earth.
Imagine
if me never wise and street smart, maybe me would have suffer in me life cut short.
Imagine
me not do reggae music, it a choose me so me have to use it.
Imagine
nigga one alongside the city, life and success you know we are free.
Imagine
if me not put in the work, me would not achieve certain things by earth. Imagine if me never wise and street smart, maybe me would have suffer in me life cut short. Imagine me not do reggae music, it a choose me so me have to use it. Imagine take a one alongside the city, life and success you know we are free. Imagine if me not put in the work, me would not achieve certain things by earth. Imagine if me never wise and street smart, maybe me would have suffer in me life cut short. Imagine me not do reggae music, it a choose me so me have to use it. Imagine stick a one alongside the city, life and success you know we are free.
Yes, that's it. That's hold on. That's it. He's from Melbourne, right? He's from Melbourne. Hold on. I think hold on here. Oh, okay, hold on there. Okay, that's it. He's from Melbourne, right? Because I know you from.
Man, we call it Melbourne City. Yeah, man, Melbourne City. Burn City.
Whoa, and you from Queensland, right?
Yeah, man. No, I'm originally from Melbourne. I came from Zim straight to Melbourne. That's where the uni was.
Okay.
That's where everything started in Melbourne. So yeah, man. Yeah, I can say Melbourne. Yeah, Melbourne City. I was there 11 years. 11 years straight hustling there.
No, and you also have a clothing line.
Yeah, I do have a clothing line. I'm wearing the top right now.
It's me.
I
saw Beanie Man in one of your shirts.
Yeah, man, blessings, and Sean Paul, yeah, that's a few, and a lot of the other Zimbabwean artists as well. Even Soldier Love.
Yes, even Soldier. I saw Soldier Love with one of the shirt too. So Tiamari Boys. All right,
Toramari Boys.
Yes.
Tiamari.
Toramari. Tora. Toramari. Say Toramari. Yeah, man. Like how you say tour. Yeah. Torah.
Get money.
Yeah. So
hard work.
Take money, boys.
Hard work and dedication. Get money. Future of music.
Yeah.
Wicked.
And if we can just remove the music, just the future, hard work and dedication will bring you a brighter future tomorrow. So that's you see, like I've been saying, my ethics. I'm someone who's from a Christian family. I believe. I know I was taught my grandmother hard work. Shingiri, I never give up. See? So it's all there. So when I say Toramari boys, when I say go snatch and grab somebody. Without money, there is no survival. Hard work, dedicate yourself. If the money don't come, go get it. Do what you have to do to feed the family. You know what I mean? Don't worry about who's going to judge you. As long as you are able to put food on the table for the family, that's what's important at the end of the day. So Torah marry, everybody must Torah marry, and we all Torah marry.
Federation Square. You could never forget Federation Square.
It's like Madison Square Gardens, you know what I mean?
You understand?
Melbourne, yeah.
You understand, and you know that festival was one of the biggest first show you did, and
yeah, man, back even in 2009.
Yeah, you killed it. Hold on, I have something here I want to show the fans them. Let me see if I could.
You have the pictures there?
Are you guys seeing my screen right now? Tanya, you seeing my screen?
No.
Should I know?
See the screen, right?
Should I know? Yeah, man.
You guys not seeing my screen, are you?
I see it now.
Okay, hold on. Let me see. Go to something that I want to show the fans them. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys see my
Show
screen,
us,
right?
show us.
You seeing it right now? Okay.
Me, I can't see your screen. Where
You
is it?
can't?
I
Now
can.
my computer is loading. Okay, it's loading.
You, you,
All right. I can. Now I can. Now I can.
all right.
Yeah, man, I can.
You have a photo with, this is like the Bob Marley in Zimbabwe. The Bob Marley in Zimbabwe.
Oh man, yeah man, respect, man, yeah man, rest in peace
How,
also to Oliver Mtukudzi, man. Yeah.
how
Legend, man.
legendary. He's the Bob Marley. You can't go bigger than him.
Yes, man.
You understand?
Brother,
How was
you
that
have said
moment?
enough. You already said enough already. Like I told you, bro, my life is like a movie, bro. For me, sometimes things they just happen. I can almost not believe it because God works miracles in my life. That's all I can tell you. You
Miracles.
always managed to put me in places in a certain way. You know what I mean? And He's
No.
always managed to guide me to just where I am headed. You know what I mean? That's all I can say. But I don't want to exaggerate it to say, no, I am the baddest man. I have all these links. No, I'm just sent, and Jah makes things happen when it's meant to happen.
When it's meant to happen. What about
That's
this
it.
other photograph here? Tell me about this other photograph here.
We were shooting my music video, Believe, and it was also my birthday. I think I was turning 30. So yeah, this is my charge. Yeah, he linked long time. He was one of another people who I looked up to when I got to Australia because he was already an established DJ and a reggae artist. So yeah, man, so much respect for Dizzy. Shout out to Dizzy. Big up yourself.
Yep.
And yeah, bro. Oh, you have the whole catalog. Ikaka.
Oh
Tudo.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Tudo.
Yeah. That's when he came up with that song too, the first time, right? When he came up with that song. All right, there we go.
Yeah, that's it. The links there, tall.
Look at them. Yo, look at the links. Look at the links. You understand? Where you guys were at that time?
Here we were at a radio, Papa Radio in Cranbourne in Melbourne. Yeah, man. So we have from right to left, the guy wearing the Toramari in red, that's Water. His name is Water, road manager for Freeman. And then, of course, these in white pants, Freeman, myself, and HBK and DJ Ron, I think. This one is my brethren, Amac Don. We also link around the same time I linked Apprentice. Remember when I was telling you when we did the government grant? We went to a camp with the other guy I was standing in front of the Rolls Royce with. That guy was a child soldier from Sudan. You know what I mean? He came over as a refugee.
Look at that angel.
Yeah.
Look at that
God.
Yeah, man. So,
Lika,
my little Jesus.
Hello?
Huh?
Lika, I can't believe you say the HDK. It's HK.
No, that I think there's HBK as well. There's a guy called HBK in the picture. Yeah.
So who's HBK?
HBK is another DJ and a sound system from Australia here.
And what's your connection with HDK, boss? Like, because when I first, started seeing you popping up on the blogs, you were with him and you were both wearing like, Toramari t-shirts, Toramari boys.
When I was, sorry, can you please say that again?
No, I'm saying when I first, knew about you, you had gone viral with his picture, with you and him in the pictures, both of you. I think he must have been there in Australia or something, or you were on tour somewhere, and you was wearing like your t-shirt and you were together.
Me and who?
Freeman.
Yeah,
Freeman,
Freeman. Yeah, Freeman. Yeah. One more time. Yeah, so Freeman, that was, I think, maybe first time or second time maybe meeting him. I think first time. But yeah, he was on tour. He was on tour like me. Yeah, I meet almost everyone or anyone because
But do you realize, like, I think Freeman of all people, like, he hyped your brand, like the clothing line, because those Toramari boys, they went viral when he was wearing them.
Yeah, I mean, like, I give thanks to everybody who has shown me love and support, especially from Soldier Love, Rocky,
Soldier Love,
like,
yes.
you know what I mean, like Soldier Love, like, yeah,
I saw
there's
levels right
even
here.
I'll find the logo that says his logo is when because me
And
Soldier
Soldier
Love,
Love, that was 2014. You guys, you did a tour, right, with Rocky and
me and Rocky and Soldier Love, we even
I see levels. I see
like there
levels
was
in the background there.
primary limited edition that had Conquering Family in it, a limited edition.
I see levels in the background.
Oh, wait a minute, 555, wait.
Levels.
So Toramari Boys, it has a Conquering Family in edition.
Logo in it. Because yeah man, me and Soldier Love, we connected on a different level.
Okay.
And we spoke about what the future of Zim music should have been, like the same Dream Apprentice even had as well. You know, to make it bigger, to make it cross over borders. You know what I mean? It shouldn't just be our only thing as Zimbabwe. You know, it should be the same as Afrobeat, same just like dancehall, same as rumba, same as, you know what I mean? We need, it's our responsibility to export it to the world so they also taste the flavors of Zimbabwe, just like how Oliver Mtukudzi did with his brand and his representation of himself and his music to the world, you see. So we need to also carry that and forward it. Yeah, man. So yeah, man, we did a limited edition Toramari Conquering. I'll show you.
Most people
I'll show you. Can you see
now,
the camera there?
Yeah.
Can you see clearly?
Yeah, bring it closer.
Wait.
All right, wait. I'll do this. I'll send you a screenshot to your WhatsApp and you get it, Jimmy.
Okay. All right. It's you and Beanie Man there.
Who is that?
Yeah, Beanie Man tour Australia.
And Beanie Man in line. Beanie Man wearing your clothing line.
Yeah, Beanie Man. Shout out to Beanie Man. Zaga. Yeah, man, he's a legend. Zaga. He taught me a few things, man. This guy is the maddest freestyler I know. Beanie can freestyle. I respect him, man. I love him. He's a vibe. Even to just chill with him, he can just start almost singing for you. You know what I mean? Yeah, mad things, man. I've been so blessed. I can't even put it in words, bro. That's all I can just say. It's a blessing, and I'm really thankful and I'm grateful.
So now, that is what I was, huh?
No, there was a picture of him, Judgment Yard.
Yeah, man, Judgment Yard, the biggest, one of the biggest sound in Zimbabwe. Yeah, man, we're in Dubai. We were touring in Dubai, second time. So we did back-to-back 2017 and then 2018. It was called the Dubai Invasion. The bad man, yeah, man. So Judgment Yard. And this time also Freeman was there. That's when we shot the video for one more time. Zin?
I wanna get back to one more track, yo. Your tracks are so booming, bro. It's like
Yes.
555. Now that you were showing the pictures, I wanted to just speak about the Toramari brand. Like it's very important we talk about Toramari brand. This brand, it's a brand. From my own understanding. It's not everyone that gets to wear that brand. I was privileged to be the first Zimbabwean woman to wear the female version of the brand. And
my
how
blessings.
I know the brand is special is because I started getting attacked for wearing that t-shirt on my event, on my first event in Zim. I got like, Bev the dancer, attacking me in a group. So how come you are not even viral more than me and you're wearing Toramari girls? No one in Zimbabwe has ever worn No female has ever worn that t-shirt. And I think I had different colors. I would swap on the colors. It was so much drama. I had to even ask, like,
I can
what is it with
only
this
imagine.
t-shirt? What is it with this t-shirt? I mean, I already have my own dramas, and here I am. I'm just going for my tour, and I'm dressed by Sneaker One, and then there's more drama because of the t-shirt. So explain now, do you choose who to give the t-shirts to? Because it's not everybody, trust me, I looked around. It's not everybody that has the brand. It's specific people, like, the high class in music, or I think most influential. I don't know.
So so things like that. It's not like I didn't go knocking on doors. Like I said before, even with our music, you start, you're pushing your thing, but like people are just like, taking you for granted, or like not feeling it maybe at the time, or it was presented in a certain way. I mean, I never know, but because I know the why I do it, I have the passion for it, I love it. So there's no that's gonna turn me away. So Toramara even tried to present it at early stages, No one wanted to associate with it. They thought it was not gonna become anything until, you just come across a very humble person and a very big person like Vinny Man. Actually, Soldier Love, one of the first people, because at that time Soldier Love was the guy, the dancehall guy, and Rocky is a legend. They embraced my brand. They took it back with them. That's why henceforth there was that limited edition that we came even to an agreement that now I was part of Conquering Family.
Conquering Family, yes.
In Australia, and he was Toramari in Zimbabwe, you see?
In Zimbabwe.
And then, then slowly, things. Now you see it with Jalov, you have seen it with Rocky, you have seen it now with Sean Paul. Then you have Sean Paul was first before Beanie. And then now you've seen it with Sean Paul, you've seen it with Beanie. Now all of a sudden you guys want it. I had a website for a year or two. No one was going there to buy anything. People wanted to get things for free because they don't want to support you. They would rather go buy a whatever Nike whatever thing for $90, a t-shirt for $90, but not buy your t-shirt you're selling for $30-40. For what the reason? I don't know. They just think if they buy that one t-shirt, you're gonna be ahead of them in life or something. No, but it was dynamics of things, and then now it just became that, because if you are what it is, a hard worker, someone who's dedicated, you Toramari, it's your slogan. If you feel you related to it, you know where to get it. So the people who reach out to me, feeds that reach out, you get one. You DopeQueen, reach out, you get one.
Listen to me. 555 better be wearing 555.
At the same time, it's not like, Freeman even is my friend. I gave him a few shirts, but he's like, Slicker, here's $20. I'm like, what is this for? Now just hold it. I want you to go buy something for me. Then I'm like, okay, tell me. And he's like, no, that's for you because you already give me enough Toramari. I just not supporting your business. You see that? Those type of friends. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Let's welcome that.
The Toramari brand, like if you are a musical person. Sorry?
Dazzy D is in the room right now. Let's welcome Dazzy D.
Yo.
All right, we got Tanya. We have a lot of music that we want to put out also. Let me jump into another track.
But I want to say something quickly.
All right,
the Toramari brand, like if you are a musical person, like if you just see the logo itself and what it says, like it just, you understand the whole thing. Like when I first saw it, it was from his younger brother, who's an artist that I push, and then I'm like, this brand, doesn't it have a female version, I wanted to help sell the Toramaris because the brand, after I wore that t-shirt, I was getting like requests, left, right, center, like people wanted the brand. So, yeah.
All right, let's jump to the track.
All right, straight up. Which one you got for me?
I'm surprising you, bro.
You've been surprised even on Imagine. You're surprised me.
You are the one. Yes, pick up one. Your simplex, let's talk to the girl. My girl, you so fit and so fine, yeah. Pull up part and you pull up a style, yeah. You want me, bring me face, child, yeah. Come give me big child, yeah. Wind up your body, my dear. Come over me and spend the night right here. Cause you can turn it at the right way. When you walk up past up, man, laugh is day, yeah. Wind up your body, my dear. Come over me and spend the night right here. Cause you are way at the right way. When you walk up past up, man, laugh is day. Wind up your body, my dear. Come over me and spend the night right here. Cause you are way at the right way. When you walk up past enough man, happy stay. You're pretty, you're sexy, girl, you are fine. You are the girl, me wonder beside you. TMP, are your fashion designer. Trip to Dubai, then we fly, go to China. Girl, me nah go let you go. Really, really like you so. Wine for me, see you know the wine. Make me mind blue. Wind up your body, my dear. Come over me and spend the night right here. Close you away at the right way. When you walk up past enough man, have to stay. Wind up your body, my dear. Come over me and spend the night right here. Close you away at the right way. When you walk.
Oh, what happened here?
Come over me and spend the night right here. Close you away at the right way. When you walk up past enough man, have to stay. Wind up your body, my dear. Come over me and spend the night right here. Close you away at the right way. When you walk up past enough man, have to stay. Wind up your body, my dear. Come over me and spend the night right here. Close you away at the right way. When you walk up past enough man, have to stay. Girl, where you get the wine from?
Yeah.
Shabaka.
Mr.
Pira moon too.
What's gonna be my kids from my days at Traco Power? Manisia didn't hangover. Machuruka, Shuka, Masakwatia. Who know why not? Come over. Boute, Masakutelele. Pedonini, we don't want Decemberly. Ipum Kalash, Manafishalele. Nia Kutanda Bungisaka Pachinele. Why now, mama? Why now, mama? Ona matum dara. Shake a boom. Shake a boom. Ona agum dara. Why now, mama? Why now, mama? Ona matum dara. Shake a boom. Shake a boom. Mageti mama. Shake a boom. Shake a boom. Mageti mama. Shake a boom. Shake a boom. Mageti mama. Shake a boom. Shake a boom, mageti mama. Shake a boom, shake a boom.
Girl, where you get the wine from? Have me a look for 5 seconds. Come make we start the live session for the whole night. Girl, you me mind the band like you a go to the whining school for the whining class of the golden rule. To pump past that road, don't stubborn like glue. Put on your 2-piece bubble up in the pool, girl.
Why your waistline, girl? Bubble and jiguna pole. Mageti mama, 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 mageti mama.
Why now, mama? Why now,
shake a bump. Shake a bumper. Ma get in my mind. Shake a bump. Shake a bumper. Ma get in my mind. Shake a bump. Shake a bumper.
Whining skill, girl, eat to improve. All lines on you when your bumper move. Wine to the rhythm, girl, move to the groove. Some girl out the road can step in your shoes. Occupy girl position. Luffy wine and hold a man. Come when you boom. Drop back up.
Boyo, SK, you're sleeker. Look that girl there. Breathe that. Yeah, listen.
Selektress
For the first time I saw you, take a tour pic and let me show you. Nakakumbira phone number, ukaninyima nasi one and they got to let me call you.
Itandikuhone futi one more time. I can't take you off my mind. Baby, trukuda one more night. Kana zichihita ngatiende Dubai.
Itandikuhone futi one more time. I can't take you off my mind. Newe, trukuda one more night. Tisinga manya paine tai.
Itandikuhone. Dozo itakuti ndifune. Tinokuda saushivone. Kati munane futi titepulo. Wandiruri pa hit kunge hit slow. Ndichaka kutakura mumazizo. Kunyanya kunodarika kunyanya. Wachishona unenyanyiso.
Na mundu wese chakanaga chinodiwa. Tunagorwa kuwanitaka natakiwa. Nefumare rudo pamoyo na baiwa. Me feel like you are the best, you are the right one.
Itandikuhone futi one more time. I can't take you off my mind. Baby, trukuda one more night. Kana zichihita ngatiende Dubai.
Itandikuhone futi one more time. I can't take you off my mind. Ewe, trukuda one more night. Tisinga manya paine tai. Asisinyore. Kuti shukuri ludo umorikanda. Yeah, chakandiremera pakutanga. Ndakazifunza mibvunzo wapo isina ansa. Kuti akanditi unodai ndinosoti ndinodai. Pachigalisi aingo gaya ndiri kutamba. Yes, anzonde maskana makawanda. Ndikati nada. Are you alone me one right now?
Itandikuhone futi one more time. I can't take you off my mind. Baby, trukuda one more night. Kana zichihita ngatiende Dubai.
Itandikuhone futi one more time. I can't take you off my mind. Ewe, trukuda one more night. Tisinga manya paine tai.
Itandikuhone. Dozo itakuti ndifune. Tinokuda saushivone. Kati munane futi titepulo. Wandiruri pa hit kunge hit slow. Ndichaka kutakura mumazizo. Kunyanya kunodarika kunyanya. Wachishona unenyanyiso.
Na mundu wese chakanaga chinodiwa. Tunagorwa kuwanitaka natakiwa. Nefumare rudo pamoyo na baiwa. Me feel like you are the best, you are the right one.
Itandikuhone futi one more time. I can't take you off my mind. Baby, trukuda one more night. Kana zichihita ngatiende Dubai.
Itandikuhone futi one more time. I can't take you off my mind. Ewe, trukuda one more night. Tisinga manya paine.
Yo. Ready? Yeah. Brethren. Wagwan. Brother, can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here.
Where are these?
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Sorry, just one second.
I both hold on.
Tripple5.
You're
The
mute.
DJ. Am I? He's muted himself. He's muted himself, isn't it? I don't have. I'm trying to get in another screen. I think it's
I can hear you.
No, oh, you know what, guys? My bad. My bad. I'm muted because I'm making so much noise jumping on your song, and I'm freestyling in the background, and I realized that you guys can hear me, you know. So I muted myself and totally forgot. You're performing Dubai, China, Zimbabwe, and there's
New Zealand.
New Zealand, yeah.
Many places, man.
Yes, you know, so much, and not to mention the collaboration. One question I want to ask you here: who do you think is the king of Zim dancehall?
Jalo, rest in peace, Jalo.
Thank you.
I mean, there's so many. But with that being said, there's so many talented. I mean, everyone is their own king in their own way. You see, I don't want to step on anybody's toes, but be a talented artist out there.
I think there can only be one king, and there'll never be another in that Soldier Love, and no one will ever be Zim dancehall king. I think actually that category they must remove it from the awarding board.
Jalo. But brethren, I'm gonna have to say now, it's almost 1:30 a.m. No.
Yeah.
And we need to do a part 2. We'll continue.
Definitely have to.
Some more. Yeah, but we need to do a part 2.
14 hours ahead.
We haven't even talked about like on my 2020 year, which was one of the biggest years, although there was COVID-19. See, it was one of my biggest years. I got married, and I had a song which was on Papooses' album from the start of the year. Then Marvin linked me to be on his album. We did the Tequila Tune. And after Tequila Tune, then there was Anthony V. And after Anthony V, his Conscience on the album, Beanie Man, and so much more. So it was a lot happening, collaborating with Pumako, DJ Cosmo, all of this. So there's much more to talk about. And even we need to get deeper about that, mental health issue as well. There's so many people who have paved way for me to be able to be where I'm at. I need to give respect to, and we can't do it in one interview. I kept telling DopeQueen, she thought I didn't want to do the interview, but I'm busy. I have a day job because you know why? Right about now, the music is not yet there to fully, So I actually I work in a factory, 12-hour shift. I come back home, I am a daddy to my daughter. Also a husband to my wife. You see? And I'm also a son of somebody, you see, and a brother of someone, So I have all this going on, but we still try to make time for the music because I'm very passionate about it. I'm not doing it to be the biggest artist, to be compared or whatever. No, I do it because I really love it, and I appreciate it, and I appreciate you and you who also appreciate my music, and you share it and push it up, you see? So, yeah, DopeQueen, I really thank you and much respect to you for, finally to be on. But like I say, we need to do it in episodes because there are too much things, too much information to talk about. I want people to get to know me and they know my story. You know what I mean?
Right.
They shouldn't just hype up.
And I would also like to thank you, because me as a distributor and me as DopeQueen, it's a lot of negativity that surround me as a musical person who has passion. But you and Soldier Love, you actually like the two top artists that came out and endorsed me. So I really appreciate you endorsing me. So it hit me when you said, you guys, you had the same meditation. So it's just adding up, you recognize you.
I told you, I don't know if I said, there was that freestyle that we did when he was in Australia, me and him. And after that, he said to me, Slika, the part because we were together for almost like 2 weeks because they performed this weekend and next weekend. So we were together for almost 2 weeks and, staying together. And yeah, it's like I've been to places when I start to freestyle, no artist would want to join, But
As a
for
kid.
me, aspiring
But
is like,
you
yeah,
joined.
man, it's like, yeah, man, you're different and you're mad. We like, it's like I see a part of me in you. I was like, bro, it means a lot because for me already, I look at him, I'm like, Jalo, he never used to write anymore. At the start, he did, you know what I mean? But it's now all premeditated, and what's happening there, right there. So it's just a talent you cannot overlook, you see? And then
Yeah.
a few people have he first pointed to us like, you are like me. Because I just go with the vibe. You see 555 yesterday. But anyway, I'll give you a freestyle before we go. And you schedule another one.
You can go on, Slika, because
Yeah.
our music industry, like what people have to understand and embrace right now is that our music industry is very much influenced by Soulja Love, and and your affiliation. I believe Soulja Love was like a unique artist, like a special person. I used to tell people that you guys, you talk all this negativity that you talk, but do you know, if you ask anyone that came close to Soulja Love, they'll tell you a different story. Soulja Love would change your life, would even tell you things that would
so
make you
humble,
change your life. Yes, I'm
super
a DJ
humble,
now because of Soulja. He
very
told me I would be a
intelligent,
DJ, and I wasn't even a DJ then.
very
Yeah.
intelligent, very
So
intelligent,
Slicker one.
very
How would you?
intelligent, very, very honest man. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Slicker, how would you like to be remembered?
And me, I would like to be remembered as someone who always tell people to believe and stay true and just believe and work hard for whatever you want. You will manifest. That's what I want to be remembered for. Inspiring. You know what I mean? Like I achieved this level of who I am today from hard work and just believing and staying on course. There's this something I've learned. They say that it's better to have direction over speed. You understand? I would rather have a GPS lead me away to know, okay, this is what I'm doing, even if I'm going at 2 kilometers an hour. But at least I have a GPS mapped out, because you could be traveling fast in a Ferrari or faster than Usain Bolt, but going nowhere. You see? So I want to be remembered as someone who came and preached and made people believe and know that you can achieve whatever you put your mind to, you can manifest. Yeah, man. And unity, togetherness is ultimate love. That's what Bob Marley was preaching. That's what reggae is about. Dancehall is about. Sending messages, teaching lessons, teaching the future generations. You see? So music, if you listen closely to my music, there is not messages in between the lines. We say what we have to say. We never say pick up a gun and do anything silly, Cause when you get crazy with drink, turn up, party, get sicker than coronavirus. But when it's serious time now, we are telling you, say, have faith, work hard and believe. Take care of mama and the family. Don't waste no time. You can achieve. This me want every ghetto youth fi a pre now. You have to hustle and grind, youth. Don't waste no time. Put in the work. One day you must shine. Lead out, not behind. To the top you have to climb. Work hard for success, it no overnight. Conquering lion that Tikachi Baba, Lion TV. Right now I freestyle. 555 we link up. First day was yesterday. Now we are on another live. Facebook doing it. Don't go over Manguma. Automatic go now. Started up local. Now the global. To marry white people now. They must say. Anywhere me go, Ingori Tora Mari, Tora Mari. Yeah, Eddie.
Thank you. Thank
So,
you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And
I'm gonna.
also,
I'll say something special.
yeah, go ahead and then. Before you say something special, let the fans know where they can find your music on any digital platform. Go ahead.
Yes. They can find my music anywhere on most online platforms. For example, Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, YouTube, Tidal, Boomplay. I mean, you know them, the major ones, AudioMac, SoundCloud, the free ones, the paying ones, YouTube. I would really appreciate it if you feel my vibe and you like my energy and you really like to support me. If you could just go on my YouTube, subscribe, comment on something you like or something you don't like. That's how it goes. But even everyone who supports me from day one, those who are coming along, I greatly appreciate you. Let's share the music. Let's share the love. Unity is the ultimate. And yeah, man, I want everyone to believe they're a winner. No matter what dream you have, just go for it. Don't worry about what the next man thinks. You know what I mean? Be good in your heart and try and live a good life. Take it day by day. Never doubt. You know what I mean? We can doubt, but don't let it ever overtip you to the bedside. You see? Always stay focused. If you're not okay, talk to somebody.
Yes.
Yeah,
thank you.
So I give you a rhythm
Yes.
and a freestyle.
Yes.
Then I check out.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Is the time up already?
I have to go. I would have loved to stay a lot longer and talk. But yeah, I have to go to work tomorrow morning.
Plans with Toramari boys,
Yeah.
the ghetto youths that follow the brand. You've got
We do
plenty
part
Toramari boys
part
around
part
Zimbabwe, Africa.
I even have some videos of between. What I wanted to say before I say this, it's Apprentice's birthday in 2 days, on the 12th of August. So yeah, man, it's a very special moment because I remember him a lot, almost every other day. But this, it's like, oh, on his birthday we used to do this and that. So yeah, man. Anyway, I'm gonna put a rhythm and play some. Hey. Are you still there?
We're still here.
All right. Just checking. Tell me if you can hear the rhythm. Can you?
Yeah.
Is it loud enough? No. Is it?
Turn a little volume.
All right, hold on.
A bit more
I
volume.
need to just 1 second. Just connect the monitor. If my neighbors wake up, I'm gonna blame you and DopeQueen. Yeah, all right. Let's see this. All right. I have to bring you closer to the speaker. Look at me.
Yeah.
Yeah? You still good?
Yeah, that's
all right.
Good.
You good with the rhythm volume there?
Go ahead.
All right. Well. Yeah, rest in peace to me, brother, soldier, love, and apprentice. Hear me now. All right then. Make a winner. Me a go coverage and sticker. Tell them me not play me a bury them. Me no love with no man Jim carry them. Me chop them up and trouble me in there. Pick up with every them. Sleeping with the fishes. Me no like snitches. Clean them up like me washing up the dishes. Me not save man. Many riches. Many enemies shut up in the ditches. Saka. Shakuna kizaka shedu. Shakuna kitzer. Kunge fire mani motota kubatitzer. Shakuna kizaka shedu. Shakuna kitzer. Kunge zesa magetinda kabatitzer. Zvakunakidza kazvedu zvakunakidza 555 ndininda zvibatidza zvakunakidza kazvedu zvakunakidza DopeQueen telemse paita pati pano resa rinofaranga vauye paita pati pano yadanowe alive on TV party pano anywhere really yanadi party pano a freestyle full on TV. All right, cheers manje. Pandeva kakundidhisa paifunga chandinisa una manje moto wabvira no I mean wabvirisa nini ndakapihwa tarenda na wangu nyadenga me thank God for the blessing I'm blessing you see when we touch road everything burn up out that road turn up tell them say we are turn up Tora Mari we are do it every day Lion TV conquering I see the lion in everybody. Repatriate to Africa, back to Zion. Let's unite, let's work together. Support your brother. Ashina kapasa, kutoita say. But if you support my hustle, I'll support yours. If you don't support, I still support yours. Saga Awokum Dengambuba, Mahasa Lion TV. Let me see comment section where the phone there. Big up everybody. Big up Teresa. Big up DD. Everyone, if you are from somewhere in the world, put a flag there. I'll give you a shout out right now. You're big up Phyllis. You don't know. Yeah man, 555, big up Jamaica, Kingston, Randy Sign, Shedusha Kabakar, movie star, Slicker One, Beanie Man say, I'm a star. Soldier Love say, Slicker, you a star. Conscious man, tell him again, girl come and fuck it again. Anthony B, my hater, we are to tell them go away. Lion TV, Gavagar Kure. We are part from Iban, part from Zimbabwe, tell them say.
Flicker One. You're so talented, man. Thank you.
Teresa from London, big up. We're gonna come to London soon and tour. Yes. Yeah, in New York. Make sure I come there.
Wendy from New York. And,
Wendy from New York. Big up yourself. Rebecca, I really appreciate you guys.
Thank you, family. You understand?
Can I say one thing?
I sent some videos and pictures to your WhatsApp. So if you're going on, you can tell a little bit more of the story with what we have, but we will continue. Let people who have watched this and enjoyed it, they want to know about Slicker more. They can send questions to you as well on DopeQueen. And then we're going to do episode 2. You know what I mean? Let's get to know each other. Then that way, when you listen to my music, you understand. Because, you know what I mean? I'm about it. I won't sing about something I haven't done or done. So if you don't really know me, and they say, Slicker One is just, maybe copying lyrics from Jamaica. I've been talented that way that I was able to imitate it or do it that well. You see it? If you're going to do it, you're going to do it like the Romans do it. You see? That's it. So I've been blessed enough to do it. So I just do me. And like apprentice used to say, if it a bad mind, them can keep it. Chingeta. Yeah, man. Big up family. Love and respect.
Now, can I say something before you go, Slicker One?
I'm here. Yeah.
Go ahead,
Hello.
Go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Can I say
Yeah.
something, Flicker One? Like,
Yes,
you know,
yes, yes.
thank you so much, like, for, like, endorsing me when no one else was endorsing me. And you gave me the Toramari Girl t-shirt. And when the drummers came and you were like, no, I gave you because I know you have the power to take the money. So now what I'm asking for is just a Takutora Mariese. Zvinhu zvakubvira bvira. If I could just have that silver doublet,
Yeah,
if I
man,
could have that silver,
them.
like
We'll
because
talk.
yes,
I'll
now
do,
I'm
I'll do. Definitely. But you know
thanks.
who you should thank? You thank my little brother, Boy Vowels. You know, he's an artist as well. He's in Toramari. I have this dream that, you know, Toramari, we have talents. I
What's
have
his
people
name?
I'm working with. Your boy Vowels, Valley.
Well,
Oh, Val,
Your
yes.
boy Vowels.
I do
Vowels
distribute his music.
is my youth, right? I'm mentoring him. You know, he's a
okay.
recording stuff. We're releasing, but when it's official and everything is gonna be announced, you will know. But just know that there is a boy I work in it under my grooming and a few other. So because
Okay.
like I said, I
And
got helped by other
yeah,
people along the way. I have to also
All
bring
right.
up the next generation.
Thank you very, very
Yeah, man.
much. And as I said, I know you got to go sleep. I'm going to let you go and things like
Yeah,
that.
man.
One love, one aim, one destiny. You came, you
Blessings.
saw, and you conquer. Rastafari. And as
Blessings,
I said,
baby.
as a yard man, as
Yeah,
you a
man.
yard man, you know who do the thing. Respect.
Blessings and honor, brother. Blessings and honor. Blessings and honor.
All right.
Shabaka. You don't
Shabbat.
know. All right,
thank
signing
you,
on.
thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you
man.
all the
Respect.
fans who logged in and
Thanks
stuff
to
like
all the
that.
fans who tuned in. Thank you guys who took your time to stay here until
Yes.
the end. Really appreciate it. Man.
All right. We out of here,
All right.
guys.
Good,
Goodbye.